Okay, so after last week's GoPro accessories gift guide, you guys kind of flooded me with messages saying, what about photography and filmmaking gift guide? So that's what we're gonna do today. I went through all of my bags and my shelves. I found all the cool little things that kind of help me do my job as a photographer, help me make videos for YouTube like this, and that are all pretty cool gifts. And if this video does help you guys out, you do find something to put on your Christmas list, or you find a gift to give to somebody, hit that like button below. That helps me out a ton. Also, text me. You can text me at 858-201-7208. Just ask me questions if you got questions about things, and you'll be notified there about all sorts of different things like new merch drops. We just dropped these Be a Good Human hoodies on the merch shop at shopdavidmanning.com. You'll also be notified when the new preset pack drops, which should be soon. I'm hoping before the end of the year, but it might be just at the beginning of the new year. It's gonna be a Lightroom Basics video with presets. So keep an eye out for that. And text me. Just ask me questions. It really is me responding, by the way. People asked, is this really you? I'm like, who else would it be? Okay, similar to last week's video, I'm gonna try to go through these super fast so this video isn't 20 minutes long. First up on the cool, fun, sweet things of Christmas list is sporks. And I know what you're thinking, what a silly thing, sporks to always keep in your backpack, but I do always keep these in my backpack, and I use them a lot. I end up, while we're traveling, while we're out and about, you are shocked at how many times you need a fork or a spoon or a little tiny knife, and you've got it. And it's a fun gift, sporks. Number 2 is a Leatherman CS tool, Style CS, Leatherman Style CS. It's just a killer little Leatherman tool. I keep a big pocket knife with me at all times, but I've got this in my bag, 1, because it's a bottle opener, 2, it's a little tiny pocket knife, but mainly because it's scissors. How many times have you been out somewhere and you just needed a little pair of scissors to snip, snip, snip something, and you didn't have it? With this, you do. Okay, next up is the Joby Mini Tripod with phone mounts. Now, the Joby Mini Tripod was in the GoPro video, just this little tiny thing right here, and you open it up and boom, you got a little tiny tripod. But it also comes with this phone mount bit, so now you screw this guy on there, dinka, 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 and boom, you've got a phone mount that can hold the iPhone 12 Pro with a case. And now I can put this up somewhere. I can film a time lapse. I could shoot a video clip. I could just watch things on my phone, all from a tripod that folds up into the palm of my hand. Very impressive and a cool little gift. All right, next up is the SanDisk USB-C and USB-A thumb drive. And the clever bit about this, that not only is it teeny tiny and it's 128 gigabytes, which is crazy, but has a little slider bit on top right here, and you push that slider and pop out this side, and boom, you have a USB-C port, and then you pop out the other side, and boom, you have a USB-A port. So no matter what kind of computer you're working with, pop this into your friend's Windows computer, and boom, you got USB-A, slide it across the USB-C, now you're popping it into your Mac, and yeah. Little tiny thumb drive. You should always have one of these with you kind of at all times. It's just super, super helpful and a cool little gift. Number 3, the Anker USB-C hub. If you guys are in the Mac world, you're in the Apple world like I am, I'm down to 4 USB-C ports on my computer. You throw in a USB-C hub, 7-in-1 USB-C hub. I can actually power my computer through this one. So the one that was just power on my computer is now power, SD card reader, micro SD card reader, 2 USB-As and a USB-C. Sweet gift. Number 3 on the list is a multi-adapter cable. So this multi-adapter cable is USB-A to micro USB, and then it has 2 little adapters to go Lightning and USB-C. So this one cable can charge 3 different things, and I keep this little A to C USB adapter, keep that on there so I can plug this into my computer and I can charge off that, or I pop that off, this plugs into one of my battery banks and I can charge off of that. Super helpful to have a cable with you at all times that can charge all things. And a good gift. Okay, next up is something to hold all of your little stuff, and this is the Peak Design Tech Pouch. It is super sweet, it's super sleek, it's got a couple little hooks on the outside, but the inside is kind of where the magic happens, and Boom, tons of organizational storage inside this thing. Okay, next up is a really fun gift idea, and I said it in the GoPro video too, is gaff tape. If you are a photographer and you're giving this to another photographer or videographer, everyone loves gaff tape, and you kinda can't get enough of this stuff. So a fun stocking stuffer, gaff tape. Next up is a headlamp. I have headlamps everywhere, I think. I have them in all of my bags. I have them in my car. I have them in there's one back there. I think I have like 9 headlamps, but it's because once you use a headlamp, you realize flashlights are stupid. Why do you need to hold a light? Holding a light is terrible because then you've only got one hand to do things with. With this, boom, now I can see things. And I got 2 hands, huh? All right, next up is a rocket blower, super fun little stocking stuffer. Just a great thing to always have with you to dust things off. I dust off lenses, I dust off my sensor, all kinds of things like that. Rocket blower, kind of a must-have, and a good stocking stuffer. Next up, and something I kind of just added to my kit, is this screwdriver, and it's kind of like a multi-bit screwdriver, so there's multiple bits in both sides of this thing. I've got all kinds of stuff in there, Phillips, flat, all sorts of bits. Super helpful to have with you. You always end up on a shoot and you go, I need a big flathead, or oh, I need a hex or an Allen, or I need a Phillips, and boom, you got it now. Next up is an Anker power bank. I've got a ton of these, and same thing like the headlamp, they're everywhere because you never know when you need a little extra power. This one's 10,000 milliamps, which I think is like 2.5 iPhone 12 charges, but super helpful to have with you and a cool gift. Next up, and something that you might not think of as a fun gift, but it is really, really helpful if you know anyone that travels, and it is the Belkin power adapter. So this Belkin power adapter has this little back bit, and this is cool because this bit actually spins, so when it plugs into the wall, you can kind of put this in any position you want. So if I want it sideways like this, think. If I want it straight up and down, think. Now it's all like that. And then on top, there's 2 USB ports, and on the side, 3 plugs. Amazing if you are like me and you got a bunch of stuff to charge at night. I kind of end up finding like 1 port in our hotel's kitchen or something like that. I plug this thing in and I just have everything plugged into this. Okay, the next few things are small little things that are good for cable management. One, so cable management, I use these Velcro ties constantly, and I've gifted them to many people because it's a set with like multiple sizes and colors, and they're just great. If you've got a ton of cables like I do, these are kind of amazing. Kind of along the same lines are bongo ties. I've gifted these to people, just like the little knick-knack gifts to go with another gift, right? Let's say I'm taking something like this and I'm like, this would be weird, but I wanna mount this screwdriver to this tripod. I would just wrap this around there and boom, bongo tied. Screwdriver mounted to a tripod, if you wanted to do that. Usually you would mount like a power adapter or maybe one of the power banks if I wanted to mount a power bank to a tripod and then run that into a GoPro or into a camera. Bongo ties. Super useful and a fun little gift again to kind of go with a gift. Like you get somebody something and you're like, I want more things in there for them to open. You throw a few little things in there like this and boom. Kind of in that same realm is this. This is something that I've gifted to plenty of people because if you haven't heard of it, you don't know the magic that is 3M Dual Lock. Once I got it, my mind was blown. I use Velcro a lot. I like to Velcro things to things, like I Velcro hard drives to the back of my computer. I Velcro things to the wall so that it's organized, but then I can grab it and go. And when I made the switch from Velcro to Dual Lock, it's incredible. It's like the most magical stuff. And yeah, if you like organization as much as I do, or your friend does, then get them a thing of Dual Lock and break their brains. It's like when you get a label maker or something like that, and all of a sudden you just go on an organizational frenzy, you get a roll of Dual Lock and suddenly everything is stuck on the wall. Okay, into like the tripod world, and we have the Polar Pro Apex tripod. I've been using the Polar Pro Apex base with the Joby head, and then of course another awesome gift idea is the GorillaPod, because this is kind of the classic vlogger tripod. This is one that I've been using a lot because it's so sturdy. You can really crank on this thing and it's not going anywhere, whereas these, if you crank on them, they will bend, but there's kind of a place for both of them. So this guy, I think if you're going out and about, you don't know that you're gonna have a lot of flat surfaces, great tripod. This tripod, awesome when you have something heavier maybe and you wanna pick it up by one of the arms, vlog like this, put it back down, keep talking to the camera. This guy's awesome. And then in that tripod world also is this Manfrotto Pixie. I just think it's rad. It's usually almost always in my backpack because I travel with the ZV-1 quite a bit. So I pop this guy on there, cord to 20 mount, and boom, tripod for my camera with a push button lock. So I just push the button, put the camera exactly where I want it, let go of the button, and it's in place. It's also really great as a selfie stick. I just kind of hold that out like that, and bam, selfie stick. Okay, next up into the microphone world, we have the Rode Video Micro and the Deity D4 Duo, as well as up here, I have that is the Rode VideoMic NTG. All really good options. I think as gifts, you're probably more in this range, right? This is the Rode Video Micro. This is the Deity D4 Duo with the 2 microphones. Really good for vlogging, really good for just simple. Neither of these require battery, so they're both super simple. The NTG's a little more expensive, a little more high quality, but if you're asking Santa for something, you might as well ask him for the super dope mic. Okay, and lastly in the microphone department is the Rode Wireless Go system. This thing is just super, super useful. If you haven't used these yet, I need to make a video on them because I have a few ways that I use them that are a little different than normal, but they are a wireless microphone system. So I could take this microphone up here, I could plug in a transmitter here, I could plug in the receiver onto my camera, and I would have a fully wireless microphone. I could put it on a boom arm, I could hang it somewhere, totally wireless. This Wireless Go kit is crazy diverse in the ways you can use it, and a really cool gift. Okay, into the camera strap department, I use the Peak Design, because I use those clips. I like their little clip things for my camera. So I use the Peak Design fast adjustable one. I like the wide strap. And then Clever Supply Co. makes this leather strap. So if Morgan and I are going out somewhere nice, or we're going to like a family gathering, something that's nicer like Thanksgiving or Christmas, I'm gonna strap this onto my camera just because it looks nice, because it's leather. And then other places, if we're going out hiking or something like that, I'll strap this on my camera because I don't want to get my leather strap sweaty. 2 really good camera strap options and both cool Christmas gifts. Whew, okay, here we go. Getting to the end of it here, we've only got a few left, and now this is kind of a big dog Christmas item, but if you can, ask for Santa for something. The Peter McKinnon V2 variable ND filters from Polar Pro. Holy cow, they're good. If we are outside filming at all, one of these is on the camera at all times. I use them constantly, almost daily, and they're amazing. They're a little expensive, but we've talked about this on the channel before. If you're gonna put a filter in front of your lens, your image quality is only as good as the cheapest glass you put on there, right? So you spend $2,000 on a lens and then you put a $30 filter on front of it, you have a $30 image. So for that super expensive glass, make sure you put equally quality glass in front of it as a filter. And yeah, these are definitely that. Okay, and next up is the Samsung T5 SSD hard drive. They are stupid fast and really portable. Look how teeny tiny this thing is. It's such a small little hard drive, and this is 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte in this thing. 1,000 gigabytes in this little tiny, smaller than a credit card thing. That's just a bit of gaff tape on the front there with the name. This one's called Little Black because it's a little black hard drive. And I know Samsung just came out with the T7. I haven't tried it yet. These things are already stupid fast. I actually edit off of an SSD hard drive. So the project files, all of my footage, everything is on here, and I'm editing that into my computer, and I don't see any delay because I'm on this versus the internal SSD hard drive on my computer. There might be a tiny delay, but I don't feel it. There's nothing that you would actually notice. So these are amazing, a really cool gift. The prices come down like crazy. If you don't already have one, I would really suggest this being your working hard drive, and then something else like a 5 terabyte actual spinning disk being like your backup hard drive. Kind of in the same world of memory is a SD card holder. SD card holder, this is the Pelican SD card holder, so it's waterproof. It's a hard shell, which is nice. Has a little clamshell opening like that, or clamshell hinge. Clamshell closure? Clamshell closure. Pop that open and boom, 12 SD cards fit inside of there. And yeah, you just flip them over when they are already shot on, so you know that I've shot that SD card. It is no longer available to use. And really nice to have. Also a cool little gift. In this last couple things here is the AirPods Pro. I use them constantly, like on the daily, and I think that any photographer or filmmaker, I edit with these a lot because if we're on the go, I'm not gonna bring my big headphones that I edit with, I bring these. So they're kind of awesome. If you haven't used AirPods Pro, try them. Try the transparency mode alone and then try the noise cancellation and you'll be sold. Okay, last two items is the Sony ZV-1. I'm throwing this in there. I know I haven't put any other cameras in here, but because this is a smaller camera, I'm gonna talk more about this in another video. But as a gift idea, kind of expensive, like $750, but maybe you have a really nice Santa in your life who wants to bring you something really nice. This is really nice. Another full video coming on this soon because I have more to say about this camera. And lastly, again, for a really nice Santa in your world is the Mavic Air 2. Wow, this thing has impressed me so dang much. I had a Mavic Pro 1 and then I crashed it at the desert. You guys remember that? So I bought this as kind of like an in-between drone while I waited for DJI to release a Mavic Pro 3. I didn't want to buy the Mavic Pro 2 because it's been out for so long. I hate when I buy something and then the new one comes out like 2 months later or 3 months later. You're like, oh, so frustrating. So I bought this guy because it was the new version of its size and class, and I don't know that I'm gonna get a Mavic Pro again. I might just stay with the Air. It has done everything that I've asked of it. It's flown in really strong winds, and it's just been a great drone and super small, even smaller than the Mavic Pro was. The remote is massive, but other than that, really good drone. I could not recommend that more. Okay, hang on. All right, all of this stuff is my photographer, filmmaker gift guide. Anything in this pile would be a pretty rad gift to either give or get for Christmas. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys out. I hope that within this pile you found something maybe that you can get for Christmas that you hadn't thought about before, or you found some fun things that you can like throw in someone's stock. You can introduce someone to Dual Lock. When you introduce someone to Dual Lock, they might become your new best friend, if they're not already. Let me know what you guys think of this. If you have any questions in the comments below, and also text me. You guys can text me, ask me any questions on there, and yeah. Have an awesome day. All right, see ya.